What's up, fight fans? And we are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am your host, Edwin. And where do all fights start? Round one. Oh, we're getting a real late start here. I got caught up with a couple things, but I had promised that I would go on, and I saw that the fights were still going on. I caught a few of the fights. Um, Pretty good fights going on. Um, Waiting for the main event here, and so how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Tell me what you guys saw tonight. What has been some of the good fights? Felix Trinidad was in attendance in the crowd. I saw him checking out uh what was that the Blanco fight? Oh, right now it's Burns, Pedro, Pedro. Oh, he dropped him. He dropped him. Oh, nice. Straight left, straight down. Woo! He gotta clear his eyes. Oh, he just got caught. Walter better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. He's gonna come in straight. Boom, boom. He's gotta learn how to grab him. Um, oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. They gotta stop this. Yeah, he's out on his feet, is what it is. Oh, his eyes split. Oh man. What? Goodman pulled out. Oh man. Doing this damn Christmas shopping. I had they stopped this fight. They looking at it right now, but ooh, the skin's peeled back on it. That's a nice. That's an ugly one. A man needs to like. Mm, he's coming in swinging reckless, wide. Very little defense. He's throwing caution to the air. He's just trying to like throw big punches right now. Oh no, 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 no. Ooh, good body shot. Yeah. Hold up. Uh-uh. Hold up, hold up. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. The Naoya Inoue fight is off? Maybe it's not. Is it Marlon Tapales supposed to fight on the 14th? Marlon Tapales, jump out of that fight. Give your opponent a fight. Give him a couple extra bucks. You got 2 more weeks. You can fight Naoya Inoue in a replay. If you were screaming so much that you were next in line and Sam Goodman, MJ, you can't say you're not in shape. You haven't had a full training camp. You're still 2 weeks out from the date of Naoya Inoue's fight. Make your adjustments. You're in perfect shape. You were in good enough shape to make a video saying, Naoya Inoue, don't dug me, right? All right. Talk about getting your opportunity, right? Talk about getting your opportunity. So now, now Sam Goodman's out, right? Here, for all the naysayers and everybody that said everything about MJ, let me tell you something right now. I've seen last minute replacements in boxing, even in the opening, like closing hours of the fight. I've seen replacements. I've seen main events, co-main events pushed up to main events. I've seen other fighters rescheduled. For the bigger fight right now at Medallia, you still got enough time for Naoya Inoue. Tomorrow's supposed to be your fight. Today's the 13th. He's supposed to fight tomorrow. Shit. There'd be some phone calls being pushed around tonight. And if I'm like the last person on earth to find out about this, me being a huge Naoya, I cover him too. But like I said, sometimes I gotta back away from this, and my wife won't let me touch the phone. I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing. So, um, why couldn't you hop on a plane, you and your team, and fly out to? You got more than 2 weeks. I've seen dudes take a fight on 5 days' notice, 10 days' notice. I've seen fights put together in 3 days. He's got ample time to put this fight together and fly out to Japan. Yeah, if he pulls out of this fight with Espinoza, what would they say about Marlon Tapales? Nothing. Get Espinoza another fight, get him off that card, put up the main event. I mean, the co-main event, push it to the main event. Espinoza will find you another card in a month or so, get you a good fight, get you a good payday for being a sport. And Marlon Tapales could go on to fight one of the biggest fights that he's been asking for with a full training camp, no injuries. What's the problem? Marlon Tapales. He just got to put it together with Top Rank right now. Top Rank, they already sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tickets. There's been reservations set to fly out to Japan and to try to fly back out or spend your Christmas in Japan. The shit's been moved around. People been, and Naoya Inoue is ready. So they're obviously going to try to get him a replacement. Who better than to replace? Oh, and as well, the second option is also fighting because David Picasso is also fighting. So David Picasso for the WBC is fighting this week too, and MJ is also fighting this week. So if MJ doesn't want to cut his fight, they might ask Picasso to hop out of his. He already got a full training camp. Which one of these men is going to take this, going to step up and take a fight? Now, what excuses could they have for not taking this fight against Naoya Inoue? We just watched someone back out of a slight case of bronchitis, Virgil Ortiz, but I'll be ready for you. We already seen somebody do that right before your eyes. I understand it's real close to their fight, but they look, business is business, man. Shit happens. You know, uh, get the other guy a fight. I don't know what to tell you. But you and your management have more than a little bit over the 2 weeks to put this together. That's what your management got. What are we on right now? Nah, they got if it's tomorrow's gonna be the 14th, 10 days. This is 20, they got 10 days, a little under 2 weeks. So they got that's right. Fuck. I was thinking about like if I was still in last week. So tomorrow will be the 14th. 10 days on the 14th is the 24th. But you got that extra day from Japan. So which way does it go? If it's Sunday here, it's Monday there. Um or is it Tuesday here and Monday there? I forgot which way it goes real quick. I was real familiar with the way it went because I watched so many of his fights. Um but I stopped asking that question and just watching his fights, you know. But yeah, so they got 10 days to that's with a full training camp. It's not like he got 10 days from the moment he was told and the guy's lying and it's like, "Yeah, man, I've been in the gym, staying active." It's not like one of those cases. These guys legitimately have full training camps. MJ and Picasso, full training camps, and they got an additional 10 days to get everything done. The odds would change. Obviously, the odds are going to change depending on the opponent. I'm interested to see who they were going to get for Naoya Inoue. I'm going to tell you something right now. Naoya Inoue is ready. This is going to be a case, 10-day notice type guy, and we're going to get what we're going to get. Does this kind of shit put a hiccup and Naoya Inoue's plans and what does this mean for Sam Goodman? Does he miss his turn in line? Does the sanctioning bodies deem it an accidental and they'll consider him for to still be? Will the WBA be able to step in? Is this opportunity going to be presented to MJ? There's a lot to think about, a lot to unfold. Do you think that you guys are saying to yourself, it's just too late for MJ to pull out? That's bullshit. Nah. Well, it's not too late. The only problem is he'd probably be breaking his contract with the guy that he's fighting with. So uh MJ's promotional company could take a hit there in some kind of form of because he that guy, there was nothing, ain't nothing wrong with him, you know. So there's gonna be some kind of compensation towards that fighter if you can't get him a fight. You can't get him another fighter. Um, in 24 hours, you can make anything happen. I've seen a lot of shit happen in boxing. Trust me, a lot. They can move some fights around of the guys on the same card. They could shift some things around. I mean, if the card had to, it would have to shift if Marlon Tapales, I mean not Marlon Tapales, I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. If MJ Akmadalia walks away, they have no choice but to move some pieces around, some fights. They could probably even have potentially putting together some pretty decent fights. Uh, I don't think that the people running the card are going to be technically happy, but bigger opportunities. You're about to fight for way more money than you were fighting on that card. I tell you that much more. And the opportunity is way much more. You're fighting for 4 belts. It's actually a no brainer. You might get, hurt some feelings, but the people that are going to turn around and look at you and be like, what they offer you 3 times more money than what you're fighting on this card and 4 belts. You wonder why he left. Like, you know what I mean? So this is really going to say something. How daring are these guys? Are they going to use the excuse, oh, I didn't prepare for Naoya in a way, and he didn't prepare for you neither? You guys got the same 10 days. So you can't just turn around and say, oh, I didn't prepare, make a training camp. He wasn't doing one for you. I guess you guys would be in the same situation. It'd be up to both of you to fight each other, right? Not sure. I'm not sure, guys. Let me hear what you guys are saying. Yeah, you know that move by Nick Ball wanting to fight TJ Doheny, a lot of people are gonna frown on it, and I'm pretty sure when he picked TJ Doheny, um, I think he knew he was gonna get some criticism, but he was gonna try to dress it up and sell it like I'm fighting a guy that Naoya Inoue fought. And depending how I fare against him, if I'm able to knock him out or stop him, seeing that Naoya Inoue was the first man to stop him, and they were saying that he kind of like threw out his back and so forth. I remember when the announcer Tim Bradley alluded to the fact that he got punched in the stomach and it hurt his back. It must have been like Tim Bradley missed a certain part in the fight because everybody else that was watching the fight, you think if you watch that part and you hear Tim Bradley say something, that's actually what took place. But the people that were actually watching the fight, we knew from the closing seconds of the last round, TJ Doheny gave his back too much. He stepped into the punch and dipped too much. And Naoya Inoue went around his back and hit him right in the back. He like pinched the um the kidney and the and his spine. He gave him like a huge Charlie horse. And that's when he got a big reaction out of TJ Doheny and his knee bent. Then when the round came to a close, he was already hurt by that shot. The sequence of punches that Naoya Inoue landed on him and the closing of the fight, though none of those punches had to do with he was already going to quit. The punch that actually did that to him was the previous round, the closing seconds of the previous round. But if you watch the clip, because Tim Bradley wasn't paying attention, right? And all he saw was Naoya Inoue hit him in the stomach and go, oh, he hit him in his stomach and it radiated through his spine. And he gives there all the fans the impression that that's what he no, that's not what happened. Not at all. I was watching the fight and know exactly what happened. So Nick Ball thinks that he can drag this guy up, knock this guy out, and that the fans are going to give him the credit to award him a fight and also impress Naoya in a way by saying, "Look what I did to a guy that you didn't do it better than me," type thing. But like I said in my last live, Nick Ball had so many better options. He could have fought a lot of different fighters. I gave you like 5 fighters. So, I don't think it was the right move to do, right? So, when if they were to when they come into fight, right? Let's say by age standards, you say TJ Doheny, Nick Ball. Could anybody in this chat right now, anybody, what is the number one thing you see wrong in that fight? Just this is not a trick question, nothing. What is the number one thing that comes to mind as soon as you say TJ Doheny? What do you think of? What's the first thing you think of? Anybody? When you hear Nick Ball calling out him, we know he's bringing him up to weight, but what is the first thing that correlates? For me, it's his age. That's the first thing I think of. They say TJ Doheny, I go, isn't he like old? Why? Why does that my brain make a correlation with that? Because going into the Neo Inoue, that was the storyline most streaming content creators, they were all putting that out. That he was old, that he was old, that he was old, right? So that's what we were told. Ironically, when you think about this fight with Nick Ball and TJ Doheny, the first thing you think about is he's old, right? Shall they meet? TJ Doheny would be all of 37 years old, right? Okay. So why is it when you think of Terrence Crawford, you think of champion? He's 38 years old. He shouldn't even be fighting in boxing anymore. That's old for a boxer. That's extremely old. Why is it that we sit here and we ignore some boxers' age? And for other boxers, you can see, oh, he's old. Father Time caught up to him. There's exceptions, right? In boxing, I've always learned if you want to get things done, believe me, you can get it done. I've seen some boxers do the midnight run and show up to a fight when one guy got either fatally ill or pulled out. The next guy showed up on a fluke, even play spoiler, end up winning the fight. I've seen that. You know how many Mexican them dudes that I've seen them pull them out of these like Tijuana places, hereditarily unknown. No one knows anything about this guy, and he's a late minute replacement. And they put him in. Hey yo, and after that night, he becomes like a Mexican legend. Yeah. From there on in, he starts winning, like Oscar Valdez and these guys. They were good, but not until they won those big fights that no one thought they were gonna win. You know, they didn't think Valdez was gonna win that fight, and the way he knocked that dude out, man. Listen, so sometimes a late replacement can be bad, but if the late replacement is a man that you and your team have had their eye on for quite some time. I'm pretty sure you guys have run a few Neo Inoue drills. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys talked about it. Shall we ever meet? This, and this. This is, I'm pretty sure that your coach has been looking him over for quite some time. If you guys have been in each other's radar, you guys have known, looking throughout the landscape of your career as a boxer, you could kind of predict the men that you're gonna fight. You could kind of like look and be like, I may potentially fight him one day, him right there. And as everybody starts to win, lose, and rise out through the division, you can start to see it more. So I'm pretty sure these guys is, so I don't see the problem where MJ right now can make a business decision. Him and his team, his management, the fight that they've been clamoring over, the fight that they're actually saying we should be fighting. Ed Hearn's greedy little ass. I'm pretty sure man, listen, I think Ed Hearn called the pilot and told him personally, listen, fly that plane straight to Japan. Yo, what's up, guys? Mexican boxing, what's up? Bam Bam, how you doing? Rosa, what's up? And yo, and then the Dominican fighter won tonight. I checked them out. I had him and his brother on my channel. I interviewed both Dominican fighters, um, the Soreno brothers and La Bazooka. He won tonight. He advanced his career, I believe, to 15-0. He had a good 8-round fight. He They was going back and forth a little bit, man. He hit the dude, his mouthpiece came out, boom, he hit him with a good shot. Um, he was tested tonight. He was tested. So Santo Domingo, you know, you guys got a good win. Let's see if you guys can keep this going. If for any Dominican fans out here that are supporting your Dominican fighters, and you guys are starting having a little wave right now, with some good fighters, Bronco, a couple fighters, and the two brothers, the both Bazooka, La Bazooka, both of them, right? Both brothers, Soreno brothers. And my best advice I can give to you as um, you know, as of Puerto Ricans supporting their fighters, Americans, and a nationality getting by their fighter. My best advice to you is to really love your fighter and to really protect your fighter. If you love your fighter, um, don't introduce your fighter to the lamp life. Protect him from all these outside influences that can ruin his career. Don't go down the road where we had to learn the hard way. We thought we were helping our fighter out by introducing him to her, keeping him out late with us, because we wanted to hang out with our favorite fighter, and we end up ruining them. And that's why a lot of coaches and keep their fighters away from a lot of people like this. My best advice to you guys would be, now that you guys got your fighters come up, don't fall into the pitfalls that many of us have. If you really truly love your fighter, want to show him support, you know, help him out in the ways you can. But every time you see him walk in, tell him turn around, go that way, stay in the gym. Don't let him in. Don't forget about those good times. Oh, I can't believe it. The contender, the Dominican contender. Oh my God, he's here. No, no, no. Tell them, yo, what are you doing here? Don't you got a fight schedule? Well, you should. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the way you can show your love to your fighter, guys. Santo Domingo. If I had any advice to tell you guys, you know, this is probably one of the biggest times that I really believe that the Dominicans can get another world champion. They had Hector Luis Garcia, you know, for the 130-pound weight division. That was a legitimate title, guys. So he got one. Uh, but nobody really that has for the Santo Domingo that became that kind of champion, got the belt, defended it, or even unified. They've never had that kind of champion. So now that they're in an interesting place where I believe that their fighters are coming along well and also being tutelaged by some American coaches and tradition is being passed down from Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo, our neighboring cousins. They are Latin cousins and they compete. So it's good to see that they're finally competing and really trying to put their best foot forward. Santo Domingo, um, you know, that's my best advice. I hope all your fighters become world champions one day. But the truth be told is your fighters are gonna get what they put into their career, and you need to teach your young men not to fall into these early pitfalls like some of my heroes like Hector Camacho. We've heard the stories, what happened to him. He was fatally shot. Some of my heroes and legends ended up on substance and alcohol because we wanted to show them a good time, what we thought was a good time, and it ended up ruining our fighter. In fact, there's a lot of snakes in these world, and anybody will see your kid up on a rise and put that girl in a room with your fighter, and her orders are to do whatever it takes to get your boy to put this substance up his nose to ruin his life. And it's just like a ticking time bomb. And these boxing promoters and people, they're evil. They're evil. I've seen a lot of evil things. I've heard a lot of evil things go on behind the scenes. So trust me when I tell you, pay close attention to your fighters, but you guys collectively must come together and back your fighter, because I realize none of these fighters are as successful, without a good team behind them. They can't do this by themselves. They got to have friends and family to block bullshit. You got to be able to come in. If you're a real friend, you would block bullshit from your fighter, and not put them in those kind of situations. Like Shakur Stevenson being somewhere where a rapper Takeoff is shot in the head, or where Tank Davis is crashing into, like, why were the guys in the car didn't take the keys away? You guys ain't no friends? Like, what's going on? You guys don't love them like that? Y'all just letting the money get ruined. Without Tank Davis, there's no money. He's the bag. You got to protect that man, but you also got to guide him. It's who you put around in your circle. So to the Dominican fighters that are coming up, if I could tell you guys anything, that would be my advice. Try loving your fighters the correct way. You know. Man, I tell you, right? Um, there are a lot of different styles in boxing, and there's no better feeling to see, your guy pull it off at the best, right? Right. There's the American slick style. We've talked about it, but when it's pulled off at its highest ability, like the Pernell Whitakers, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Floyd Mayweathers, you know, uh, Winky Wright, Roy Jones Jr. Like when it's pulled off at its top level, boy, is it a sight to see. It really is. It's a very, very, very dominant style. Each man has their own twist to it. Um, and then when you see the Mexican style, right? When it's performed at its highest level, boy, is it frightening. Woo! Yo, that pressure, that Mexican pressure, where like you're hitting this guy with everything. And I mean, you're not even getting a reaction out of him. The fear of that and you kicking his ass for all those rounds and him coming on strong. And all of a sudden in the 10th round, he gets like a surge of energy, right? When it's performed at its top level, the Mexican style, boy, is it frightening. It's like a tidal wave consuming you and you slowly sneaking into quicksand, right? Oh, have some of the toughest Mexicans that are able to pull that off have taken the hearts of many warriors. Oh, yes, they have. And then you got like the Filipino style. Manny Pacquiao is probably the best to pull that off. And he had that lunging, whipping hook and those darting in and out movements and a relentless punching, volume of punches through the round, and the 1-2 forward, 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 and the Filipino style, man. It was electrifying. Manny Pacquiao was very successful with it. Look at the kind of career he made, you know, and it's good to see when the you have your style from your people, your culture, and it's performed at its highest level. Chris Eubank, those guys, you know, there's a lot of European guys, that had a unique style, you know, uh, but I can't really say Japan. Um, Japan is different though. Japan and China stood, I think China had the right idea. They just stood stagnant. Their fighters are good fighters. Oh, they got a great understanding. They just stopped. Where they stopped, China, Japan took over. Japan, for as much as they didn't want to um and take on the Westerns way, um when the things that they chose to take on from the West were very specific things. They knew if they were going to compete in certain sports, they had to play like us. They had an understanding. So fighters like Junto, Naoya Inoue, you can see the American slick style in their fighting style, where China didn't adapt it. They they felt they were great enough fighters, and they felt that their philosophy and their approach to boxing should have worked. The Japanese adapted. They had their own philosophy as well, but they adapted the movement and why the American slick style was really effective. They put it together, and their fighters are what's being. This is like the Japanese reinvented themselves in boxing. They knew they had good boxers way back then. Their boxers were good. They had figured out how the fight should go. but they were missing certain things. And what they were missing was what the Westerns understood. The movement, like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The things Muhammad Ali understood in the ring at such a young man. The ability to use your legs, the ability to understand what the jab can be used for, how to lure a person in, how to set somebody up, how to read, how to be 2 steps ahead of your opponent. He was truly advanced for a 22-year-old man. Go out there and do that to Sonny Liston like that. He was ahead of his time. He understood things about boxing that gets passed on to other fighters. They're watching his films and they're saying, they're studying it. They're saying, I see why he did this. And that's how knowledge, or whether or not he taught anyone or told them what he was thinking, you pass that down. But it's truly up to the fighter too, how special they are as a fighter. So the Japanese guys, that's what happened with them. The Dominicans right now are just getting whatever they knew from their. See, what makes Cuban fighters good, in actuality, they just been fighting 100 years in the amateurs. They're actually pros for a long time. Since there's no Cuban that can go pro, whatever you get straight out of their amateur program, that guy's been fighting for fucking 15 years already. And they're wondering why. Wow, why is Cuba's amateurs look so good, adapting so good in the pro? Bro, he's been doing this for almost 10 years already. In their program, like he did like a what in Cuba they consider the pros, they're not even acknowledged. They're just all amateurs type shit. And that's why I like that. But when you get all these other fighters and stuff, some of them, don't really have an amateur like career. They're kind of fighting the same guys, the same competition growing up, and you really don't get any better. So when you see them venture out to America, they don't fare so well. Depending when they come. But yeah, absolutely. Like, um, a lot of these countries are putting up Ukraine, you see it, Germany, Russian, and you see Spain, Argentina. A lot of these countries are starting to put some good fighters up, and we're starting to see, more and more countries compete, and it's a good thing. So I'm interested to see in 2025 what more rivalries and what countries are going to be battling it out. Will Ukraine battle it out, with the U.S. for the 135-pound weight division? Keyshawn Davis, you know, um, and there's a lot of big potential fights against other nationalities, and see if we can get some of these belts back. So let's see what happens. What's going on with this fight here? I've been watching it over here and kind of been looking at a screen here. What am I missing here? Did I stop the? I think it might have, and it says absolutely nothing. I have probably been missing the fights this entire time, not even noticing. Wow, that is big news though. Sam Goodman did in fact pull out of this fight. Oh shit, there was a fight going on, didn't even see it. Jake Pauls is in the ring right now. Homeboy got a cowboy hat on. They giving Jake Paul baby belts in the ring, you know? The main event is next. Well, then get your picks in then. Bam, bam. Who you got, Bam? Who you got? Yo, remember when Vargas here beat up what's his name? My Puerto Rican fighter, man. Jonathan. Damn, Rodriguez. Yo, Rodriguez hit him with a big shot. I thought he was gonna like um stop him for there for a second. And yo, then the Mexican dude came out with a flurry of punches and shit. Um, 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 Vargas here, right? And he started throwing a lot of punches. And Jonathan was doing good, but he had a lot of damage on his face. Remember, he had like it was like this little cut bruise right here, right? So they were going back and forth. And then remember, everything was going good until Jonathan made that stupid mistake where he like shuffled in front of him at the closing seconds of the round. And Vargas hit him, bang! And Jonathan Father called the fight. You know, he was like, all right, I seen enough, you know, but he can crack. That was a pretty decent fight right there. So see how he fares tonight. Um, what round did he stop Jonathan in? Was it the sixth or the eighth? Why am I thinking 6 or 8? I don't know. Uh I could see Jonathan in those light blue shorts on. He had like these light blue pink with like the Spanish flag on the side with like those ruffle things and shit. I could see him in the ring. I just can't see the round right now. But when he stopped him, I think he stopped him in the eighth round. I'm gonna take Vargas eighth round. Eighth round. What is this fight? A 10-round fight? Or is this a 12? Still, it doesn't matter whether it's a 10 or a 12. And we're not gonna need the 10 or the 12. Because I say Vargas is gonna stop him eighth round. What do you got? Bam. What do you got, Bam? Oh shit. Yo. I just want the truth. Casamera! Yeah! John Casamera! Where you guys at? John Casamera. Where y'all at? Yo, they call Naoya Inoue a duck for ducking these guys, right? Opportunity arises. Let's see who answers the call. Ironically, MJ has got it over. He's had a full training camp. He's supposed to fight on the 14th, which is in a day. Dave Picasso, he's also fighting. So those are two of the top guys, number one guys for the organizations for the WBC and the WBA. Sam Goodman has the other two, which are the final belts. So that would be for that. So John Casamera. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. People are being woken up right now and people are hopping on planes. I guarantee you. That Naoya Inoue fight is going to happen. We just got to get him a fight. Yo, somebody call Tank Davis. Yo, Tank, what you doing? Let Naoya come in at whatever way he wants. whatever way he can make it a catch weight to whatever, and let it and Tank. You don't gotta cut weight, right? Well, you do. You gotta cut weight. You gotta cut weight, but you gotta just at least make the 135, or maybe if you could give me a pound or two. I bet you Naoya anyway can walk in like 138, right? And then when Tank redehydrates from when the 135 weight, I want him to make the weight first, not to, you know what I mean? Because when he puts on the weight, he's gonna shoot up there. That would be crazy. That's a fantasy island theory right there. That'll never happen. But that I just laugh now, right? Imagine that. Yo, go see what Tank's doing. Yo, if there was anywhere near each other and they can actually like pull, it would be, but they're not. They're not nowhere near each other. That's not even a remotely in the realm of opponents. When on a more serious note, more likely opponents. Uh Not only that you got to think of likely opponents, which but someone that could be ready. Might have to shoot a rematch. Not with Marlon Tapal, I mean, TJ Doheny, not with him, but maybe with one of the other guys. Like, what if actually Marlon Tapales would, if he was ready or something, or one of the top guys. Who else is another top guy there that I'm not thinking of all of a sudden because I'm like shocked. That's exactly what I am. I'm shocked. I can't believe that somehow Sam Goodman got pulled out of this fight again. And I fucking knew it, bro. Once again, I got receipts, man. You guys know it. You guys been hanging with me. I said it. I won't be surprised if I see Sam Goodman pull out of this fight. I fucking said it. I damn sure did. I thought as we got closer that I was like, nah, now they locking in. We this far in. How the fuck do you train that hard and you have 10 days out to the fight, 12 days out to the fight? What are you doing going in there sparring that vigorously, that hard? Like, I don't understand. Then the picture that they show him obviously could not have been the picture where he suffered his injury. I'm not buying that because it also looks like his nose is broken in the picture where he's laying down like this. It looks like his nose is flat. His nose typically doesn't look like that. So that obviously looks like a fight that he did or a moment in his career where he did suffer an injury. I bet you if you try to go look under that picture that they try to sell us today with him his arm like this, you can tie that pit that cut to a fight. I bet you I could do it real quick. I probably could find out what it's tied to. Yo, Brad Goodman is a bum. Lionheart. Listen, he's a bum. Yo, Brad Goodman. Yo, call Ed Hearn about his fighter. Yo, call him about his fighter. Tell him, Akmadalia, you can't lie and say you're not ready. You can't lie. You're going into a fight tomorrow. You a full training camp. You know, sign up to fight Naoya anyway. He had a full training camp. If in preparation for another guy, both of you, you're both at the same disadvantage. You guys start devising a plan. You guys got 10 days and go. I'm pretty sure you guys could come up with something. You're both well in shape and go. No man would have the advantage. You couldn't say Naoya anyway would have an advantage. No. He got the phone call and got the name exact same time you said yes. So it would be as fair as square, and the only thing I would like is that legitimately your guy is just not saying, no, I was in the gym. No, you legitimately just went through a training camp. It's just a thing of changing the fight for them. Some people might be pissed off, but the opportunity is far too great. You're not getting younger with every passing day, for one. For two, the opportunity is too big. 4 belts, and your paycheck is probably gonna triple. So it technically is a no-brainer. Whatever excuse they say for not taking the fight, that's what I want to hear. You know. Also, nobody's fighting me for this one right here. This one's me. Nobody's taking a guess, a gander, a little shot. You don't want to taste of the glory, huh? Huh? Who wins in this fight? Who gets knocked out? Who do you got? Oh, he looks focused. He looks focused. He looks focused. Vargas looks focused too. This looks like he's half Mexican and half Puerto Rican. If Vargas loses, it was the Mexican side. Yo, Mexico, what you got to say about that? Yo, we'll accept him if he wins. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit right there. Ah. I don't know nothing about this other guy. But my man, I do know that when Vargas wants to fucking unleash, he unleashes. He unleashes like 4 or 5 piece combinations, and then he stops. He has breaks where like he recharges and then he lets go. If he gets caught big, he typically wants to get it back, but he's typically not the fastest of starters, you know? And wow, this guy's coming out popping that jab out fast, real quick. It's got good bounce to his movement. He already dipped. Okay, good. He switched it up. Good, 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 good. Wow, dropped him. He got greedy and paid the price. He got greedy with, oh, you thought shit was sweet moving in on value. Yo, he thought it was sweet. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I told you when he sits down on him, man, he could crack. Nice, nice. As soon as he feels his punch hit the glove, he's pulling the trigger. He's catching him in between. It's good. It's good. That's good. It's really good. Now, homeboy is a little bit more cautious and he ain't coming in there because now he's going to respect his power a little bit more. But now that gave him confidence. Vargas is just going to come in. He's gonna charge up and he's gonna unleash his combination. Oh, a hard 3 piece. When he finally decides to open up, it ain't gonna be anything under a 3 piece. If he throws the 3 piece and backs out, if he can get away with that, he's gonna go. See, he's gonna stay in. Once he charges up, he's gonna swing strong, and it's gonna be in a combination sequence. Still a minute. I got in the round. That was a nice, good check hook right there. That got his attention. Nice little check hook on the inside. Good jab. He's hurting him with some shots. My man was all fast coming out with the jab. Now he's just going backwards. Vargas is just stalking him down patiently. Little, he's got good patience too. He's like not forcing anything. Notice that he covers up good, and he's he has control of this fight right now. And this is the first round. To have this much control, good first round, good first round. Obviously a 10-8 round. He got greedy. Bang bang, caught him. Sat him down. Sat him down. He's a little bit chinny. When he got dropped against Rodriguez, Rodriguez, man, hit him with he hit him with a big shot. And you could think that he's chinny because of the shot that, like, fighters like Rodriguez cracked him. But I've seen Rodriguez crack a lot of different dudes and drop them. So as he grows as a fighter, he's still young. Hopefully, you know, he takes punches better, better training, better food. Uh, um, Cutting weight affects a fighter. Um, we talked about this. So my man went back a little bit to work, but more cautious. Look how cautious he is. He fakes the step and doesn't come in. Went downstairs to the body. Good little sequence of punches right there. And Vargas is being real patient, you know, throwing the jab off, finding to see when he's going to stop moving. And, he he changes up the levels and the speed cadence in his jab, Vargas, which is pretty good. He throws out one where he flicks it. He has like a more speed jab when he's circling, coming in on the inside, right? And he's been using this little jab that's kind of like coming from his hip, and he's flicking it out that way. So he's used those. As far as this other guy, he's got to get his respect back from Vargas. He's been down in the fight, and he's circling around. He's throwing punches, but he has to realize why he's throwing the punches and what he's trying to do. He's going to have to hit Vargas with something big to really get his attention, but also stop going back so much. The judges see that was a good straight jab right there. What he has to do is tighten up his defense. He's too wide on his approach when he starts to let his hands go. His defense goes by the waist-side. That's where Vargas here is going to be able to capitalize on his openings, but he has to throw Vargas. For Vargas, he's got to throw the punch um, and not anticipate on seeing the punch. He has to know it's there. No! Vargas got caught big! Got caught big. She said she was nervous because he was a little chinny. Now Vargas is just banging it out, but his feet is not under him. His top part is there. His legs are noodle. Oh, that was a good bomb. Oh, shit just got interesting. Tied up. Weren't we just talking about homeboy's chin? his ability of taking big shots. Could this be a case where you should have finished me? You should have finished me. Yo, he hit him with his eyes closed. Gutierrez didn't like body shots. Both men have been down in the fight. Basically, right now, he got that punch that I was talking about to get his respect back. Let's see what he does with it. It can bring back sway, the momentum in the fight, also boost up your confidence. Vargas is still stalking. My man. Oh. He's got to remember not to get so cocky and to be there in the inside, trying to throw combinations, staying in the pocket. That's how you got dropped in the first round. If you're getting in, winning yourself back into this fight, remember what got you in trouble. He's throwing too many punches right there, but he did have success in the exchange when Vargas stopped. Now Vargas is going to load up and throw a sequence of punches. Look, and he'll go back into his high guard. When he shows up in the high guard, he's had to pick up that's when he look. Once he throws this combination, you can guarantee he's going to lock into the high guard and take a few deep breaths. Told you. Coming out of your sequence of punches, you got to know he's going to throw that, my man. You got to pick up on his shit, kid. Anticipating him doing that and try to catch him in between. Vargas is charging up again. He's charging up, charging up, charging up. Look at him, not throwing no punches, just charging up. Right? As soon as he lets his hands go, what you gotta do is count it. One, oh, he's gonna go don't, right there. Let it go. You're back to he's gonna do it. Soon as your back's gonna turn, he's gonna do that. Vargas is gonna come in. Soon as his glove hits your glove, the adjacent glove, snap the hook. A check hook. It's got to be short. It can't be wide. It's got to be real short from here. Good body shot. Good body shot. Vargas is just the pressure. He's gonna he's gonna he's gonna stop him. He's gonna end up stopping him. It's just a matter of time now. Good round for both fighters. Yep. And he got caught square in the chin. Like flush. And it's nothing like when a fighter hits you and drops you and he knows he can hurt you. Now your confidence is coming back. You can't let him allow him to get, confidence on you and come back in the fight. That's one of the things you got to take away from the fighter as you're breaking him down. And one of those pieces is his confidence. You know, um, beat doubt. Into his mind. Where that he starts to doubt himself. Wow. He's doing good work right now. I notice he's going down to the body a lot more too. Um, Complaining about bad punches there, buddy. Don't duck and spin. Both men are doing good work. The only thing is that Vargas is obviously the fighter that's going forward, you know. And when we think about effective punches and you know, forward aggression, um, he is definitely the man that is pushing the pace and pushing Guturo back like that, and he just keeps going back, keeps going back. Um, he can't figure out how to just stand his ground, frame off, fight close on the inside, push him off, lead with your attack, switch up your jab, hit down stab, use that probing jab straight down to his gut, straight down the pike to the solar plex. Um, and and then switch it up, but discourage him from going forward too. Push him back. And but for the most part of this fight, besides both men being dropped each in the fight, Guerrero has been going backwards, and Vargas has just been going forward. Yeah, this rematch with Demetrius Bivol and Arthur. Uh, I don't know. Are they running it back too soon? I'm not sure. I mean, I want to see the fight, but yeah, I'm not sure. It seems like just yesterday you guys just got out of the ring. Them paychecks is too good to say no, huh? Ooh. He was like right there on that punch. My man be coming out with a burst of adrenaline and speed. It looks like he just gotta utilize it more effectively, slightly more effectively. I like his work. I like the volume of punches that he's doing. He's staying active. Yes. Um, just gotta have a little bit more reason why you're doing it. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, like, just don't look good throwing a jab at this point in the fight. See if you can make something happen and see if you can put something together. What is he? what do you got? Oh, this Vargas kid, bro. He getting caught with some good shots because he's just standing there like a fucking statue, too. He's got very little head up body movement evading punches. He just goes up into the high guard and he's not moving his head off the center line. None of that shit. And what my man is doing is, in a sense, is trying to put some action on to the top of Vargas's high guard. So when he comes out of it to throw a punch, he can snap him. But Vargas is trying to do the same exact thing to him. He's trying to catch him and counter him effectively. I still, in order to be a good counter, those were short. Those were short. I was just gonna say something, but I didn't get to say it. So, because he just did it. There you go. Those were nice. That's how you got to put your punches together in this. I think he's figuring it out. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, baby. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Shell. Keep working. Come on. Edge, edge, step to him. Little steps, edge closer, closer, little closer. Come on. Right here. No, no. Keep going. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Fire, 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 fire torpedoes. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. You said it. You was like, I don't trust his chin. He already got dropped. Boop. Not every fighter can be Felix Trinidad. You know, he ended up getting dropped. Father smack him one time, get up, woke a sleeping dragon. Rah! End up getting knocked. Felix go out there and knock him out. Ooh, ooh, okay. Nice, 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 nice. Both guys are doing good work against the ropes. Both guys are exchanging big shots. Um, Gutierrez. Ooh, 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 nice, good level changes right now. He's doing some good body work. Vargas comes on right now, a little two piece, nothing big. Both men, though, are exchanging big in the center of the ring. Ooh, both men throws two big hooks. None of them land. Oh, that one almost landed right there on the top of the side of his head. He snapped his face back. Vargas face back. He chin checked him with that jab. Here comes Vargas coming on strong. Good body shot. Really got his attention. Both men really utilizing their jabs, though. I like that. Both men are trying to set up these shots. They're both of them are like this far from each other's chin. Oh, nice little jab. Send him back to the rope. Got him circling out. Vargas is really on the hunt now. It's got him going back. This kid starts off strong, but he starts to fade away as the rounds start to count down. Vargas right now goes down to the body. Really stalking him. He should cut the ring off a little bit better. He's allowing him to like spin out real too easy. Very little effort. Vargas is just focusing on his forward pressure and trying to make sure that he has the pressure while landing good shots of his own. He's utilizing his jab right now a lot better this round. I like the way he's using it. He needs to, like, even though he's up in the high guard, Vargas thinks that he could live behind that high guard. He thinks he could just put up the high guard and hide behind it. No, he's not moving his head. I think he's going to have to work on that, learn from fights like this. But Vargas is, ooh. He just threw a nice little combination. Had he been charged up with that right there, he would have believed in it and threw it with more conviction. That was an opportunity missed right there. He knows it. Vargas has his own particular rhythm that he fights to in his fight. It's like kind of like he's been trained to hit like pads and drills. When you finish the combination, you finish punching. I think Vargas is in that position in his career where they got to break him out of that habit where that you can kind of guess when he's going to wind up and either throw a combination. You might not be able to predict how many punches he's going to throw, but you can kind of predict that he's going to start throwing one in those exchanges. He's throwing a little bit wild. He's not being defensively sound where that he's putting his hands back to his chin. The only time he's ever defensively sound is when he can see the guy coming forward and he goes into that high guard that he thinks he can hide behind. So he's going to have to work on some things. Yes. Nice little check hook there. You can see that Vargas once has the right idea of throwing the punches. He just doesn't believe in them as much. He had a few sequences where he could have landed a big punch and he threw it without very little power on it, if any. That check hook was dangerous. That was a nice one. He caught his attention. He needs to calm down, let him fire off. Yes, that's the right thing. Just a split second faster, son. Right there. Nice shot. Good shot. Vargas is really on the attack right now. Um, I think he has him hurt, but not as hurt as he would like to think he does. I think this guy is still a little bit dangerous. He's not he's not there where he's not out of the fight. No. He's hurt, but he's not out of the fight. Vargas now has to start not allowing him to take too much time off and try to give him that pressure and make him exchange with you to try to figure out how hurt he is. He's already moving awkwardly and a little gingerly. So with that, um, try to get him to do some work. Try to figure something out. Here comes Vargas charging up again. He's gonna charge up again. Soon as he gets a little close, he's gonna let it go. Nice body shot. There it goes again. There it is. Full piece. You can predict the man. He's gonna throw the like if he's hitting pads, he's gonna stop at some point. He's just gonna stop. He's not doing. You couldn't do this in front of a fighter like Naoya Inoue. You wouldn't get away with that. You would have to switch it up. You couldn't do this many times and expect to get away with it. He's got good pressure on him right now. I know that Vargas right now wants to score this knockout. He's gonna try to go looking for it. Depending what this guy got left, I mean, you know, he seems to get a good charge in between when he comes out in the beginning of every round so far. Let's see if he can get and land a big shot on Vargas. He's gonna need to. Um, I think he's down in this fight right now. I think Vargas is up in the fight right now. Good highlights. The last 3 rounds, I feel so. I I'm in agreement with you on that, Bam. And the two knockdown rounds snatch out each other. See, he comes off strong the beginning of every round. He starts off strong. Oh, that was a sneaky uppercut by Vargas right there, bro. That was a punch I didn't rarely see him throw in this fight. He has a couple more punches in his tool bag. He times if he could time that check hook, Gutierrez, if he could time, he was timing him, man, Vargas. But Vargas is relentless, man. He's showing good patience. You know, he's still living behind that high guard, same defensive strategy. This guy, he's had good moments and good success. He's just probably not picking up on it. He's just typically boxing slash boxing fighter. He's winging the punches out there, decent form, combinations, throwing them, but no real game plan up until this point. Just merely trying to create your opportunities and fire. And he knows how to place punch. He knows where he's going for body, the head. So throwing punches and throwing them the correct way, he's familiar with that. He's got a good style. He just got caught with a big punch. Vargas just hit him. He's going back towards the rope. Vargas looks to have him in all kinds of trouble. Vargas hits him with a check hook, barely. Boom, nice. Oh, straight right, straight down the pike. He throws a jab. Vargas centers back up, hits him with a straight left jab. Got him going backwards to the rope. Here comes Vargas with the pressure once again. He's showing good patience. He's got to anticipate punches coming back and be offensively solid. But you got to anticipate something coming back, son. Just don't get in the habit of throwing punches going forward. And good exchange. Both men just missed by inches in that exchange. Both men were throwing hard, but they didn't quite land on the target effectively. What up, Mark? How you doing? Oh, everybody in the chat, everybody, salute. What did he say? I said, everybody in the chat, salute. Nice combination right there. Nice combination. Good highlights. Good work by both men. You know, they fighting. They fighting. They fighting. This is a well matchmakers got it right here. I can tell you that much. They both seem to be on the same level. Different styles of fights. And let's see what style prevails. He gets Vargas gets a little laxy daisy when he starts swinging big. Notice that his guard goes way down. Like he starts throwing punches from here, big, in the combination. That's what I get nervous with. You know, when he wants to shell up, he'll shell up high. But when he starts exchanging, his hands just drop. Boy, Gutierrez is setting him up with that right hand. He's missed it by this much. He already threw it like 3 times. He's missed them by like that much, man. He's noticing that Vargas is dropping his hand. He's trying to get him to throw that punch sequence, and he's trying to throw that overhand shot. But he's missed them like I'm telling you by like this. Hmm. That punch in the back, like that rabbit punch there, it wasn't a real rabbit punch. It was a clean punch, but it made echoes in the back of your head, bro. Like if you got hit in the back of the head, them shits hurt, man. And Gutierrez right now, he's just like he's in this fight, man. He is definitely in the fight. But Vargas is he's got a lot of good oh, big shots. He hits him with big shots like that. And he'll steal the round. He will steal the round with the reaction that he's getting out of him when he's hitting them with those shots. His whole neck is snapping back like that. And then you can see his body language doesn't look good. And he steals these rounds away from him at the end. He comes out strong, but and this is a 12-round fight. Nice check hook. Mm-mm-mm. Did any of you get to catch that? Oh, by the way, the two Canadian women that fought tonight. There was like one woman. She was like basically making her debut. I think she had like one fight or something. She was big, bro. Yo, for one fight, I was like, yo, you might got something here. And they fought, I believe, 3-minute rounds. So they were the first ladies to since I guess they're adopting this rule change, making it 3-minute rounds, uh, and so forth. So yeah, it's a milestone, a big moment in women's boxing as well. So yeah, and that was on one of the fights earlier. I believe in the prelims of this card. I was trying to catch it on my phone, man. Trust me. I was trying to stay up on it, man, but I had a lot of things I still had to do. So, but I was listening. I was listening. Nice, nice, nice shot. Nice. Vargas really seemed like he's finding his timing now with him. He's hitting him with more accurate shots. It seems like the last few shots he's hit him, he's really found the target. He's really applying a lot of pressure, and it's going to be up to him to see if he can weather this storm. Oh, they're starting his change. I don't think Vargas thinks that he could hurt him. I think he's really starting to put this kind of pressure on him where I don't think he thinks that he has enough in his punch to hurt him now. I think he sensed that. He'll take a couple punches coming in, yeah. Couple stiff jabs here and there. I don't think it ain't gonna be nothing that he feels like, and I hope for his sake he's right. Oh, nice, nice. Damn, Vargas has been just missing. He's been hitting him with everything else but that strong check hook. He threw it already several times and he missed all of them. He didn't really catch him clean. Nice, nice. Good timing on them shots right there. Oh, I think he hurt him with that one. I think he hurt him with that one. Oh no! He took a big one. Oh! Good tie up. Good tie up, young man. Oh, but the referee's paying attention close. If he gets hit with one more shot, it's over. It's over. There you go. There you go. Nice performance. Good job to the young man going out there, hunting down that knockdown, applying the pressure, not going backwards, not conceding in the fact that he was winning almost every round. He didn't want that kind of victory. He wanted the knockout. He wanted to stop him. He kept going forward. And kudos to the young man for fighting these kind of fights and putting on these kind of performances when when the time is needed to do so. He had a worthy opponent. The matchmaking got this right here. I believe both men were equally on the same level as far as their level goes. I like this fight right here. Both men fought strong. And the better man won. The better man won tonight. Um, so neither fighter has nothing to be shamed about. Um, they're both fairly young in the sport of boxing. So, oh, nice. They're showing some of the highlights. And yeah, to the winner here. Vargas got to go back into the lab and see where he's getting tagged in some of these sequences. Um, and other fighters that are looking on are going to see where he's been tagged at. And you know, since I guess this is a thing with Vargas where he's been dropped in several of his fights where that even people here are questioning his chin. So you know he's a young fighter. He's got a lot to work on, a lot to learn from. He can take this experience and move on to bigger and better things from here. So congratulations to the young man. Good performance, good stoppage. I like your performance. Um, I believe every fighter got something to work on and something they need to work on. So, you know, it's just the same for all young fighters coming up. They'll get better with every fight, you know? Yo, I called it months ago. Didn't I call it months ago? There we go, a lawyer supporter. Huh? Huh? Did I not call it months? He's pulling out of the fight because of a cut. Yo, I called it months ago. I told you we're going to get to this point and somehow Sam Goodman is going to find the way to pull out of this fight. I got receipts. Listen, thank you for bringing that up, brother. Look, I told y'all these guys are not really trying to fight him. They like the attention, the publicity, and the notoriety of one time saying, It's like that guy that, you know, uh, he said something stupid to some dude, and the dude turned around and said, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Nah, nah, nah." And then the guy turned around. And he's like, "Yeah, you better walk away." And if the guy keeps walking away, he's gonna try to. You heard what I told him, right? I said, "You better walk away." Did he keep walking? Yeah. Oh shit, he's back. Nah, I didn't say anything, man. Yo, they don't want to fight him. They don't want to fight him, man. And the more you can probably wait him out, so to speak, if he leaves the division, your undefeated fighter has a chance of staying undefeated. Your undefeated fighter now fights a lesser opponent and can potentially become a what the people think is a great world champion. But he avoided the top guy because they know rumors are starting to fly. Naoya Inoue is about to make a power move. He's going to make that power move. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to move up in the weight division. So, like, um, what does this do in many different ways? One question. First thing in the morning, I need to get up. I need to make a couple of phone calls and check out some things. Does this technically sideline Sam Goodman, aka Brad Goodman, right? If you know, you know, right? Um, if this gets him out of the way and now introduces the WBA ranking, right? And with there being 10 days out from the fight, and two of the people that are fighting in his division that are top number one opponents are all fighting this weekend. I don't know why one of these men can't pull out of their fight to fight the biggest fight of probably the year, the biggest opportunity you're ever going to get. Someone gave you a phone call for 4 belts and probably triple the amount of money what you're fighting for on the 14th. You've been through an entire training camp and you got an additional 10 days. You can't say Naoya and you're coming to fight him at a disadvantage on 10 days notice because Naoya Inoue has 10 days notice as well. It's not like he was in a training camp preparing for you. No, he was preparing for Sam Goodman. So you both would be at on the it would be even playing field. You both got the new opponent switch and you both got the same amount of time. Fair competition. And you both got legitimately training camps. I don't know why I would I would still be in that hotel or in the city where that fight was scheduled that I was supposed to fight that guy. I would no longer be in that city if I was any of those men. I would be on a plane flying to Japan with my team. Yes, I would. That's almost a no brainer. Everything you allege you were arguing for, MJ, I'm ready for Naoya Inoue right now. Isn't that what he said? I'm ready for him right now. Really? You ready for him right now? Guess what? What a quinky dink. You got your opportunity. But let's see if they're going to take it. Let's see if these guys are all mouth. Let's find out. I don't think none of these guys are going to take this fight. I think we're going to get some random opponent, and it's just going to typically be to save the night. A lot of people already bought tickets, flew into Japan. People are expecting to see Naoya Inoue. I don't care who you put in the ring with him at this point. They just want to see him. So, they got to find him an opponent. Hold on 1 second. I got to answer this door. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Christopher, yeah. Man, listen. I'm telling you right now, man. Um, I you know, I know shit like this happens in boxing a lot. And when I say these things, sometimes people want to be like, "Oh, Ed, man, nah, you crazy? He's gonna do that. He's gonna fight." And I just be like, yo, I've been right a lot of times, but I don't do this just to be right. I do this so that we can be aware and informed of a lot of these things and possibilities. I'm not always right, no, so I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn, right? But yeah, it is you know, uh something that happens in the sport and that I acknowledge this is part of the business. And sometimes you got guys that are truly just cloud chasing, and their management is like, look, man, we just don't think you can win this fight, you know. And then at the same time too, like right now, right? Um could could you possibly think that MJ can step up and take this fight? Yeah, I do. Will he? I'm not sure. And then for all that shit that Ed Hearns was talking, it's a duck. Call it what it is. It's a duck. Opportunity. Can you say opportunity? When opportunity calls, yo, and I called that too. Like these dudes don't want it, but we're gonna see tomorrow because this is gonna be big news. It's gonna be everywhere. If it just dropped today, the story, um, I'm gonna stay with it, of course. We're gonna see. We're gonna try to figure out what they're gonna do. I have a guy in Top Rank, as you guys know. I'm gonna make a phone call as soon as in the morning. I know that they're on their way back from taking down the for the fight. They had like this thing, Senor Sabor, advertisement and things like that, and they got a booth. So I know that they were taking that down and they were, already packing it in for the night. They must be tired. I'm not gonna give them a call right now about that, but I'm definitely gonna call on it and see what I can find out about the situation with Top Rank and if they already got any names. When I get off this right here, probably be one of the things that I'm gonna start to look for to see potential names or who would be ready in the time frame more than likely. I would love to Sam Goodman to turn into any of the fighters named John Casamera, MJ, Agmedalia, and I guess I'll have to stick with Picasso because he's still an undefeated fighter. I would have to stick with David Picasso because he's beating an undefeated fighter is a good status because it's taking away their and the way that people view that and he's beat so many undefeated fighters and they say that and so he brings that at least because you can't bring a belt to the equation. What could else you bring besides a big name and an undefeated record at this point? And that's going to be the best fighter for fighters such as Naoya Inoue, that at least you're fighting because what they're going to say, oh, you're fighting this guy that got this many losses. You're fighting this guy that's already been knocked out or defeated. You fight an undefeated fighter. Oh, you fought him. He was an undefeated fighter. That's probably the best thing you can bring because you're not going to bring any belts to the equation. So those are the three guys, and two of them are fighting this weekend. That's the problem. And I'm not sure what John Casimiro is doing in his life, because as we can all see, if you've been following any part of his career, he hasn't had the best of the last 2 years, health wise, fighting wise, gambling wise. Nothing was wise about any of his moves, So I don't, I, although he came in, he fought well in his last fight, had a good performance. What I thought for John Casimero, he looked decent. You know, I thought he was going to look worse. Nope. I got to admit, he looked okay. You know what I mean? He looked better than okay from what I was under the impression he was going to come back and look. So, where he's at in his training, 10 days to fight one of the best fighters in the world, that's a tough assignment. You better had been training. So let's see who they get. Who can they entice to back out of their fight out of those two guys? Which one could they put the bag in front of bigger to save Naoya Inoue's night? It's too many people filling up that arena in Japan. Those arenas are 3 times the size of any arena these two guys are fighting in. They're not selling nowhere near that. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very, very interesting. And I can't wait. I can't wait to shut these Listen, all these motherfuckers, you guys hear them. You guys see them. All the YouTube channels. Naoya Inoue's a duck. He's this, he's that. Okay, then. You guys had a lot to say. He's available. Can you say available? And what excuses would they have? Oh, you're walking out on your fight? Yeah, shit happens. Business. I'm sure you're going to get right over that with that huge paycheck you're about to get and that opportunity you're about to get. So, who else? Let's really look this up. I'm going to have to really look this up here. I'm going to pull up some rankings, some real possibilities. I gotta really just try to like break this down right now as close as I can. Who's fought last? Who? If I think I can do this right off the top of my head. I'm pretty up to date with the schedule. Maybe I can pull this off. Let's see here. What do I got? Where am I? Okay, that's 147. That's see, no, 35. One more down. Here he is. Naoya Inoue. That's him. That's the guy. Price? McCann ain't ready for him. 16-01. Um, David Picasso, 29-0 with one no contest. He already beat TJ Doheny. He ain't gonna want to fight him. Marlon Tapales, he already beat. Marlon Tapales has probably got one of the biggest records besides Luis Pantera Nari, which both men are in their 30s in fights. Luis Pantera Nari has 35-2, and Marlon Tapales is 39-4. So, but he beat both of those guys, so very highly unlikely that he will challenge those guys again. Brad Goodman, I mean Sam Goodman was the phony contender, but we found out he was nothing but a pretender. So he's out. Davis is 16-1, the Brit fighter. Um I don't know how you guys would feel about that. Cordina's he's 25-1-0. Um, Do you think Price would be? He has 2 losses. Uh, what do you guys feel about that? Right? Price is 22-0. That's what his record says right there, right? Or is that 22 no contests, no losses? Wait a minute. How are they pronouncing this? How are they reading this? No, he's 22-0. Yeah. Yeah. He's got 2 losses. Yeah. Sam Goodman, and besides Sam Goodman and James Martin, Kyle James Martin, which is 24-0. He's 24-0. The next available strongest guy. When is the last time Carl James Martin fought? He's a Filipino fighter. Okay. He's not gonna fight that Japanese guy. He only has 8-0. He's not gonna fight him. He's too young. Jose Ramirez, 21-2. He's ranked number 10. He's a Mexican fighter. He could potentially step in. Ricardo Espinoza is going to be fighting. Um, he's 30-4. He's ranked number 8 for the WBA. So potentially, it doesn't always have to be like, um, uh, let's say for some reason David Picasso says he doesn't want to fight. They can ask the guy that David Picasso's fighting, like that. If MJ doesn't want to take the fight, they can ask Espinoza. Yo, if he doesn't want to take do you want to take the fight? Because you got a full training camp. You're gonna make sure that you're gonna give Naoya Inoue a decent matchup and a guy that was ready. At least you can bank on the fact this guy was legitimately ready to fight anyone. And that's what you want. At least to give him a fight, right? Am I right? If you have to go down the way where you have to lie, yeah, this guy's been in training camp the whole time. And you quickly see in round 2, he's gasping for air. He wasn't ready for this fight, bro. But nonetheless, the show must continue, right? The show must continue. Naoya Inoue has to get an opponent. So, from what I see right now, okay, the 4 organizations, the top guys in the organization, starting with the IBF. The IBF has been already moving around ranking systems. So the IBF has Sam Goodman. Number 2 is vacant. They've moved up Marlon Tapales to number 3, right? Um, that British fighter, right? He's 14-0. Could he be about? When's the last time he fought? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just look this up real quick. This is gonna be fast. I gotta look this guy up. He looks young, bro. He's 5'7". Oh, he's 28 years old. He's not that young. He has 14 wins, 29% knockout ratio. He started his debut in 2018. Okay. I'm not sure. It's not really showing right on this channel like in Box Rec. It'll show his last fights. So I'm not familiar with this guy that much. Shabazz. Who could fight Naoya Inoue? Come on, give me somebody. Give me somebody. Dennis McCann. John Casamara. Uh, Raymond Roman. Roman Carnos. Could be a possibility. Everybody else already fought. They're not going to be ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. Nope, 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 nope. Already fought him. Already fought him. Already fought him. Fuck, man. It's gonna have to be somebody under the rank number 10 for the first time in a long time. No, Naoya Inoue is gonna have to fucking break his streak. What a motherfucking bitch. Because these fucking dicks don't really want to fight him. And they're gonna mess up his record. And they're gonna get him to fight some guy under the freaking 10 ranking system because these suckers don't want to step up with all this fake ass news and all this shit and calling them out. And not one of these, yo, I guarantee it, watch. And if one of them do step up like a man, bro, I'll give them all the credit in the world. Because right now, opportunity is here. There is really no reason why they couldn't organize, move shit around. And they're gonna fuck up Naoya Inoue's thing, and it's not on him. Remember, when you guys are looking back down at what this situation was, what's unfolding in front of your eyes. Sam Goodman didn't do it to us once, but he did it to us twice. He announced the fight with Naoya Inoue, then turned around and took another fight. He announced this fight with Naoya Inoue. I guarantee Naoya Inoue will never fight him again. He's not going to want to do business with him. The only thing they could come back and say to Naoya Inoue, hey, Naoya Inoue, remember the time you got hurt when you were scheduled to fight Stephen Kubo Fulton and that fight had to get pushed back? And you came on and told the public, please forgive me. I'm not canceling the fight. I'm just pushing it back for a month. Let me heal this little injury. I'll be 100% and I'll kick off the fight with Stephen Kubo Fulton as promised. And he was a man of his word. He's a man of integrity. And he gave us the fight. Sam Goodman, his word, his integrity is not holding up. And when you got people like this, and you really don't got that big of a name, the only reason why I was willing to fight you was for your status and your undefeated status. Sam Goodman is an undefeated fighter. I'll take his 0 away. I'm going to be the first man to introduce him to a loss. That's why I would rather him fight the other fighter as well. And now I'm pissed now because I see what's going to happen. He's going to have to fight some real ass bum. Is what's going to happen. A lot of the guys already fought. Some of the guys he already beat. The list is getting smaller. And I can't find anybody in the top 5. Nobody. To be able to say that that's all you fought throughout your career when they go back and look, once you broke that echelon of opponents, you didn't look back. It was all champions, number 1 opponents from there on in. Shit like this, if no one understands or was around during the situation is gonna look right here. He fought the number 9 guy. Yeah, but why? Yeah, I want to see what all these fuckers had to say about Naoya Inoue being a duck and to MJ all this shit. I want to see what they're gonna say tomorrow morning. I would love to hear their fucking mouth. I can't wait. So I guess it's on to them. I'm gonna do a little bit of investigation for you guys. I'm gonna try to get as much as I can out of the guys I got in top rank. Um, and I'll see if I can find anything out early. I promise to report everything that I hear, even if I'm just running it by you and it's not official. I'll let you know how official or how run by some name is. But hopefully we're still getting this fight December 24th, or I'm just gonna turn into the fucking Scrooge. Bah humbug, bro. You just fucking ruined my Christmas, dude. Sam Goodman, get your punk ass back in the ring. So fight fans, listen, guys. I love you guys. This is why Naoya needs to move up to 126 pounds. I still believe he will make the move, but probably in 2026. Maybe he sticks around and cleans out the whole 122 pounds and has time to whoop all their asses. I don't know what his decisions are, but I can guarantee that it probably one of the fighters will not be Sam Goodman. I think his moment and his opportunities are slowing, going right by him. Yeah, and it might just be intentional. He doesn't want to take the risk of being defeated. I don't think that a man like that with his kind of ego and arrogance can live with the notion that he has a potential of losing. It's too much of a high risk for him. His whole persona of where he lives in Australia, they don't even know who he is out there. But the one or two fans that do know him, his claim to fame is that he's undefeated. So once you lose that status, you're just a regular boxer, right? So listen, guys, I love you guys, man. Keep safe out there and get those holiday shoppings out the way, or you guys are gonna turn into me. That guy in the shopping mall, December 24th, fucking shopping around when the all the cabinets are bare, and I'm fighting grandma for that one gift. I'm telling you right now, this year I'm gonna beat her. Listen, she's tough, bro. You know what I mean? Listen, fight fans, take it easy, man. You guys have been awesome. We're gonna talk about this. Tune in tomorrow morning. We'll have some more. So I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. I hope you had a great night. If you haven't already, do me a favor. It's nothing. Hit that like for me. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Peace.